Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome to Temple of Remembrance. My name is Tiffany, and if you've never checked out any of my videos, I am new to this, so I'm grateful that you're here, and just know that if you clicked on this video, something drew you to this, right? And so listen and feel and see if that resonates with your heart. And if it does, please, and subscribe so that I can grow this and reach more people, reach more souls. So Temple of Remembrance, I came up with that beautiful name just as we are awakening and remembering who we are as a species on planet Earth. We are reawakening, right? We are all starting to move out of the third dimensional realities into the fifth dimensional realities, remembering who we are. And so I really love ancient and old temples. I just have a lot of love for spirituality and God and all different kinds of religions, not necessarily all the rules and regulations and the dogma that goes around religions, but more of the love of God and the community that they bring, depending on where they are. So I believe that you can go into any temple or church with the pure intention to connect to God and to love. And it doesn't matter what type of religion it is, or what type of temple, that you will feel that energy and just receive that energetically. So yeah, thanks for stopping in. Today we're just going to do a brief talk about 3-eye Atlas and the energy of today and dreams. So I hope that you stay, and thanks. All right, so again, my name is Tiffany. If I sound nasally, it's because I have been sick this past couple of weeks with some kind of virus, and it's been not fun. So that's why I'm wearing a hat, so I didn't have to style my bangs. So really quickly, I don't usually do this, but I do love this card deck. This is an oracle card deck, and it's from Rebecca Campbell, and it's called Work Your Light Oracle Cards. So if you haven't checked this out, I recommend it. I love it. It's more, it feels more divine feminine. Of course, there's some masculinity in it in all things, because we can have one without the other. But it's very feminine to me, and I have had a tendency to be more masculine in a way, just not by the way I look, but I just embody those qualities a little bit more, or I have so in this lifetime. But since I've had a child, I'm moving more into this really this equality. I really want both. So it's really important that we don't just really be stuck in more on one side. You know, it's like the yin and the yang, the hot, the cold, the dry, the wet, the spicy, the, dull, or whatever it is. And so notice that within yourself. And it's okay that sometimes we have to move a little bit more into one or the other, as long as we don't consistently stay there. And so for me, I have been guided really over the past 4.5 years, 5 years, to really start to move more into that divine feminine aspect of myself, and that's been challenging. And so for some reason I'm talking about this, so there must be something within you that may need to do the same. So you can be feminine as far as your physical appearance, but internally maybe there's a part of you that is maybe harsher or very strong-willed and focused and determined, which is good. You can still be a feminine and a female to be that, but maybe that is less fluid, right? So when I think of the divine feminine, I think about more of a fluidity, right? A softness, yet strong. So you can be soft and strong. Anyways, this is where we are, and I just wanted to say that I pulled this card today, deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. And if you look at that, it's just beautiful artwork. And I have not pulled this card yet, and I think that it resonates deeply. You can see the moon in the background, how it's a little silver moon, a little sliver. And she's beautiful. Partly in the water. It's just a beautiful picture. So this, I do believe, is another thing that may resonate with you. So if you've pulled on this or clicked on this YouTube video, that you may need more replenishment. So where are you lacking in that? That divine feminine that allows yourself to nurture and nourish your soul. Feed yourself, your soul, with what you desire, what you need. Because when we don't, when we're not fulfilling or filling our cups, right? We're not nurturing ourselves, giving ourselves that space for love, we tend to look outside of ourselves, usually from others, to provide us with that. And I have a tendency in doing that. And I notice this in myself when I'm feeling drained, abandoned, maybe left out, or just lonely. I'll reach out towards my husband and want his extra love and attention. But recently, I've noticed this within myself, which is beautiful. I'm noticing that, wait a minute, I'm like overly needy right now. And that's not really who I've been. So instead of being down or hard on myself, I'm saying, okay, where is it that within myself that I'm neglecting? Like, where am I not feeling held and loved from myself? So not feeling that from my husband is mirroring back at me. And so, yeah, I have a tendency to do that a lot. So what about you? Are you doing that to yourself? Where are you lacking that sense of nourishment? Can you pause today, March 11th, and take 5 minutes, 10 minutes for yourself and do something that you love? Maybe it is just standing in the grass. Maybe it is taking a walk. Maybe it is taking a nice salt bath. Maybe it is reading a book, drinking a cup of warm tea or hot tea. Maybe it is going to a river or the ocean and just listening to the sound of nature. Maybe it's allowing yourself to rest. So, yeah. And so, like I was saying at the beginning, I've been sick. And so feel like receiving this card is a reminder that it's okay to just rest. I feel like that is what I need. I need to just rest. So, yeah. Give yourself permission to fill your cup, to nourish yourself so that you can do that same for others. You can be that nourishment for others. You can give to others, but we can't do that unless we give to ourselves. So I thought that was great. And on another note, I have been feeling that 3-eye atlas. I know 3-eye atlas was moving through here. I say through here, but close to Earth back in December. And please forgive me if I'm not saying the exact timeline or wording. I'm human, and my brain sometimes messes things up. And then I felt that strong energy of 3-eye atlas. And so I don't know if you did, but it felt very powerful. I felt like my body was was receiving a lot of light codes and downloads and activations and vibration. I just felt like my whole body was vibrating. And then over the past couple months, it's kind of been like, like, bleh. And that's usually how January and February is for me. But last night I felt a shift. I felt an opening of my heart chakra. I felt just down, like I was receiving these beautiful, loving downloads, rememberings. Yeah. And so whether those offerings and downloads are from my higher self, from God, 3i Atlas, I do believe that we are receiving some love from them right now. I say them because it's not a specific individual. It's an energy. And I feel it. So are you feeling that? Are you feeling that shift within yourself? Maybe it's been heavy and more dense. Maybe we've had to retreat over the last couple of months and really go inward. And that's a part of our journey. That's been a part of our journey, to really go inwards and retreat and reflect. And now with the spring coming, depending on where you are in the world, there's a shift. So even if it's not spring for you, it's a different season, right? So it's a different shift in energy. And I feel that. I see the flowers starting to blossom and the new growth on the trees, and the birds are singing just a different song. It sounds really corny, but they are. It's nice. And I felt like my heart chakra really opened last night. And I just felt the sense of peace and love and acceptance and gratitude. And I had these very vivid dreams. And so I'm not sure if that's my higher self speaking to me, or my guides, or the angels, an ascended master, 3i Atlas, whoever. But how has your dreams been? Because mine have been very vivid. So last night for me, I dreamt that I was first riding a cow with a friend of mine. We had our own cows, but we were riding them. Very interesting. And then when we got off the cows, we were milking them. And so, for me, I really resonate with the Hindu religion. I am not saying that I am Hindu or Hindi, but I resonate to that the Eastern belief systems and Hinduism. And I do look at cows as being very sacred. So I do not eat beef or pork. But I really resonate to cows, and I do see them as sacred. So when I awoke today, I recognized that this was a significant dream. I'm not sure what the riding of the cow was, but the milking of the cow really felt, it felt like a lot of abundance was coming my way, right? Maybe new beginnings and prosperity. And that doesn't just necessarily mean like a physical monetary prosperity, but just in general. And it felt really good. And then the other dream I had was, I'm trying to think now. Wow, I can't remember. Oh, that's it. I went to visit a friend, an old friend of mine. In this dream, I have a lot of dreams about her. She is not, we are not really currently friends, but she was my childhood friend, my childhood best friend. And unfortunately, we have kind of went different paths. But whenever I dream about her a lot, and I think it's just because it's a very familiar face. And there's probably an aspect of her that is a reflection of me. But anyways, I dreamt that I was visiting her, and in the dream we were just friends, and she was living in a new, she was in a new relationship and a new house, and she had these giant crystals, like of every different kind of chakra system, but just different shapes, but they were huge. And she's like, let's place one, let's grab one and pick one. I was like, yeah, I want to put one on me. So I grabbed one, like a big giant green one. She grabbed one for the crown chakra, and I grabbed one for the heart. And we just lay back on the bed and just let that whole crystal just kind of heal parts of us that needed some healing. And it was beautiful. So yeah, I think that is a positive dream too. So what are your dreams like lately? I encourage you to journal, write about your dreams, and when you don't quite understand them, ask. Say, what is this dream about? So I like to ask my guides, and then the next night I will receive another dream that seems a little more clear. And then I'll ask again if I'm still not 100% sure. And eventually I'll get to the dream where it's just straight out blunt. It's just like this, this, and this. And I love that. But sometimes I just kind of have to Google it or guess and really kind of use my imagination and go off how you're feeling in the dream. So in the dream yesterday, I felt very peaceful, happy, content. Just very peaceful. So I took those dreams as a very positive omen or a positive dream. So yeah, that's where I am. So I'm going to end this now, but, well, I was going to give you some affirmations. I'm going to give you some affirmations to say, just to kind of say out loud or to yourself. Affirmations are powerful. Intentions are powerful. So yeah, you can hear the kids yelling, and I love that. All right. Here's some affirmations. Place your hand on your heart, one or both. Close your eyes if that is safe, or just soften your gaze. Take a breath first right at the center of the chest. Take a deep breath into the low belly. Release through the lips. Do 2 more of those. Big, full, deep breath, and then exhale. Yeah, a little sigh. 1 more. And then repeat after me. I am allowed to choose myself without apology. I am allowed to choose myself without apology. I am allowed to listen to my body and my heart. I am allowed to listen to my body and my heart. Choosing myself is not a rejection of others. It is a return to my own wholeness. Let's say that again. Choosing myself is not a rejection of others. It is the return to my own wholeness. I especially love that. When I honor what is true for me, I move through the world with greater kindness, clarity, and peace. When I honor what is true for me, I move through the world with greater kindness, clarity, and peace. I leave this video today remembering I belong to myself. I leave this YouTube video today remembering that I belong to myself. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know what I am. I know how I serve. I am here. I am here. I am here. Oh. Remember, you guys, that self-love does not require perfection. Only honesty and care. So check in with yourself every day. Ask yourself what it is that you need and choose yourself. To honor yourself first, to fill your cup up first, to love yourself first. Choose you, my darlings. Choose you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I really mean that from my heart, because I may not know you physically, but I know you and I see you and I see myself in you. And it is true when I say that I recognize the light in you and I hold you and I bless you. I bless you. I bless you. I bless you. Namaste. Namaste.